Once upon a time, there was a far, far away kingdom called Bigoville. The Bigovillians lived in peace for several thousand years until a beast came and kidnapped their beloved Princess Array. In response to this, the king summoned all the knights of the 64 villages and was willing to give whoever could rescue their princess a reward of marriage to their beautiful princess and the most respected title of the kingdom. In order to rescue the princess, these knights had to solve a puzzle. They had to visit each of the 64 villages and collect swords, and only then would they be able to defeat the beast. On the day of the mission, Master GitHub gives 6 final instructions and words of wisdom before the first knight departs for their mission.
Listen carefully. Visit each village only once. You will see a white flag if the village has never been visited. Once you visit a village, leave a gray flag after you collect that village's word. When you collect neighboring villages' words, that village will raise a black flag to mark their defeat. You knights can only move in an L shape, landing on the 3rd village each time to avoid getting lost in memory. 2 steps forward or backward, and 1 step to the left or right. Unfortunately, just 1 knight can explore the kingdom at a time, so when you encounter another knight, you have to compete against him. The winner of the competition would collect all the swords collected by the defeated knight and continue the mission until all of the 64 Beaglevilles have been visited.
After Master GitHub gives the final instructions, the first knight from the Factorio village began his journey. When he arrives to Exponential Village, he meets his first competitor. Since the knights were allowed to choose the competition, the knights from Factorio and Exponential Village chose a dance battle, and they went like this. After 2 days of the journey, Exponential faced its next competitor, linear logarithmic. Although Exponential showed a great amount of effort, they were no match for linear logarithmic. After linear logarithmic emerged victorious, they continued the journey and eventually got to the quadratic village. This particular battle was the Bigoville's favorite. Most of the villagers believed that linear logarithmic won because the water from the quadratic village was so much better than what linear logarithmic was used to in his hometown. Wow, linear logarithmic wins 2 battles in a row. But alas, they still had to face the almighty constant. Trust me, I would have been intimidated as well. While some believe that linear logarithmic lost due to exhaustion, I personally believe constant was meant to win all along. Constant was able to beat the beast, and as promised by the king, he not only got the most respected title in the kingdom, he also married the princess, and they lived happily ever after.